All right, ladies and germs, it's the late night boxing talks. Wasn't gonna do one of these, but I was scrolling down Twitter. There were a couple of things going on that caught my eye. IBF flyweight champion Sonny Edwards maintains that Eddie Hearn fears to put one of his fighters in there with him. And a lot of people they're letting him have it, but Sonny's a sharp kid. He's got a response. He's got a witty reply for everything it is that people have to say. And he's maintaining that, Eddie Hearn, he fears to put any of his fighters in there with him. What's goody, Tyrion? What's goody, Elon? He's maintaining that, Eddie's afraid to put his boys in there with him. He's saying that Eddie's a bad promoter. He's saying a lot of things. I'm actually going to see if I can get him on here. What's goody, Karma? What's goody, Pimpin'? What's goody, Jay? What's goody, Felipe? He's maintaining that, Eddie's this and that. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's promotion by way of name association because that was a very big fight, at super flyweight. That was a very big fight that took place yesterday. I think that's the most attention the super flyweight division has gotten in a while. For what it's worth, Sonny doesn't campaign at super flyweight. He fights at flyweight. He's got the IBF title there. But, like his last fight was in Dubai. His next fight is in Dubai. He's maintaining that he's getting a lot of money. So I'm just thinking, well, if if your situation is good and you getting money, it kind of don't make sense that you coming at, Eddie and these fighters because, hey, you getting money, right? You getting money. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I would like to ask him about it. I'm going to see if I could get him on here. What's goody, George? Appreciate the super sticker, bro. Everything counts. Anything and everything. What's goody, Jay? And yeah, like if you guys just take a trip over to Twitter and, you put Sonny Edwards in the search bar, look down his feed, you'll see that, he's got a lot of things to say. And for what it's worth, I want to see Martinez versus Edwards if it can be made, which is the only reason that I'm talking about this. I would like to see that fight. For what it's worth, I haven't seen that fight really get off the ground as far as a talking point. Like, are there any conversations going on for that fight? Has any actual effort been made to do that fight? Sonny Edwards, for what it's worth, he's been a Queensbury Promotions guy. That's where he's been fighting. So with that, I kind of already figured that there's politics, bro. There's politics. Like, let's not be stupid and let's not be disingenuous. If you over there with Frank and Ray is over there with Eddie, let's not act like it's not a problem. It's a problem. You know what I mean? Hey, what's goody, Drew? Jules will stop you when you tell a lie, but in your opinion, what are the true definitions of a slick fighter? My definition of a slick fighter is not an outside fighter. I know where you're going, Drew. And yeah, my definition of a slick fighter is not an outside fighter. It's not a fighter that has to stay so far out of striking distance that there's nothing to avoid. Slick is when you can be like, who's slick? Tevin Farmer. That's slick. Why? Tevin, when he was fighting, one of the things I loved about Tevin is the same thing I loved about James Toney, that they ain't way out there in the clear blue sky. They in the pocket with you, but they making you miss and they making you pay. In order for you to be slick, it got to be something that you're trying to get around. It got to be something. Whereas if you are outside fighter and an outside jabber, you not slick because you're not within striking distance. Ain't nothing for you to be slick with. You not rolling or nothing. You way out there. So how you slick? It's in other words, safety first does not equate to being slick. For you to be slick, you got to be in that line of fighter to slip those punches and bob and weave and get under those punches and come back with counter hooks and counter uppercuts. That's slick. Being way on the outside, that ain't slick, fam. That ain't slick. All right, what's goody, team? Bad intentions? I think they misconstrued a slick fighter and evasive fighter staying on the outside. I'm going to say a safety first fighter is not necessarily a slick fighter. James Toney was not a safety first fighter, but he was a defensively sound fighter in the pocket. He rolled the punches, slipped the punches, got under and or around the punches, came back with counter shots. That's slick. That requires slickness for you to be in the pocket and do all of that. But if you way on the outside, 1-2 in the shit, just 1-2, fam, how you slick? You way out there. And if you think it's slick that you just don't want to sit and want, that's not really slick. Like, it's defensive, but that's not really slick. Like, nah, because you're not really getting around nothing. You're not within striking distance to have to get around nothing. It's you know what I mean? Like, that's not slick, fam. Like, you just way out there. Not every slick fighter is a pot shot back away from the back foot and work the shoulder roll. Chocolatito last night had old school. You see, like Chocolatito, this is gonna sound wild to some people because they think that slickness is just being a defensive fighter. Chocolatito is slick. Why? He getting that high guard, nothing's getting through, but he'll throw little short hooks, bring the hand back. You don't touch him. Throw little short hooks, bring the hand back. You don't touch him. Ride the punch, come back with a little short hook. You can't touch him. That's slick. That you cannot penetrate this man's guard even though he's standing right in front of you, but you can't hit him. That's slick. If you way out there doing circles around the turn, fam, you not slick. You literally just giving up ground, but you not slick. Shout out to my man Dennis. Yup, Tevin Farmer can stay in the pocket, make you miss, but the real slick fighters make you pay for when you miss. Great show. Appreciate that, Dennis. One of my favorite moves that Tevin Farmer used to do is he'll slip and come back with a counter uppercut to the body. A slip, they'll try to hook him and slip or ride the punch. He'll ride it, come back with a counter uppercut to the body. One of my favorite moves that he used to do. I only wish he had a little bit more power so that there would be more around the shots, because that was always the bane of Tevin Farmer, that he'll get in the line of fire. He'll go through the fire and he'll sit there in the pocket, but he was never really a big puncher. Like James Toney was a big puncher. So when he come back with something, it's going to hurt you. You know what I mean? But that's always been how I characterize slickness, that it's not slick when you all the way safety first, outside, way on the outside. Bro, you're not even engaging. So what are you being slick with? You're not even engaging at all. Slick fighters get hit, don't they, Jules? Glove placement and not letting your opponent hit you flush or penetrate the guard. Well, you know how I feel about it. Slick is not being so far away from your opponent that it's hardly a fight. Slick is when you could be there with the opponent in the pocket and they still not getting through with nothing. Like Chocolatito last night. They're like, yo, he coming forward. He's in front of you, but you can't get through with nothing. You can't get around his guard to hit him on the side of the head. You can't split his guard with an uppercut because he moving. And when he come back at you, he'll throw something short. It's not a lot on it. He'll throw something short, but because he catching you between a punch, it'll like mess you up. Like it'll mess up what you was trying to do because you get in touch while he doing that. Bring the hand back. Keep protecting himself. Throw some little other shit out there. Bring the hand back. That's slick. Being way out there, you're not slick, fam. You just not trying to engage. You don't want to step into the kill box. That's not slick. Blanco Lara folded Emilio Sanchez. Yo, dog, he beat the shit out of him, bro. Like he beat the shit out of him. That was beautiful. But yeah, like slickness is not, not to say that there's something wrong with defensive fighters or anything like that, but there's this misconception that all defensive fighters are slick. No, not if you got to be way on the outside to be defensive. There's nothing slick about that because you're not in the line of fire. So you're not being slick. You just staying on the outside. Slick is when you could be on the inside and still make a motherfucker miss. That's being slick. Rigo is, no, I'm going to say this. Rigo used to be slick. He used to be slick. And I said it ahead of the Loma fight that like, yo, he not that Rigo that fought Donaire. Y'all hanging on to that Rigo, but that's not the Rigo that's here. The Rigo that's here, see, the Rigo that fought Donaire, the Rigo that fought Amagasa, that was a Rigo that could move in and out. He'll get in, do the business, get back out real quick. That's slick when you could go in and out. Not just, oh, well, I'm gonna be way on the outside, or what we saw with Seha, where all right, you inside, but you getting peace. You getting peace on the inside. He used to have the luxury when he still had his reflexes, when he still had, sharpness in his movements to move in and out. But as he got older, which is expected, he lost, he lost something. He lost the step. And he's always been an old guy. Like he's an old guy. God bless him because he's going through some shit right now, and I hope he recuperate. But Rigo stopped being slick a while ago when he stopped being able to move in and out of striking distance. If once he lost that, didn't you notice that in the Laborio Solis fight, he stayed way on the outside because he don't got that pep in his step to bounce in, do the shit, get back out. Bounce in, do the shit, get back out. He couldn't do that shit no more. With Laborio Solis, with John Rio Casimiro, he was way on the outside to where, bro, you so far on the outside that this is not a fight. You just making him chase you. You not this not a fight. You way on the outside. I was just about to say that. Rigo would have passed. He was much better. He used to be able to move in and out, in and out. But the older he got, he don't have the luxury of jumping in, pop, 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 get back out. He don't do that no more. Now it's either he's way, way, way on the outside, or he's on the inside, but he's taking punishment. I invite any of y'all that didn't see the Julio Seja fight. Watch that shit. Alex, is too early for that Rigo comment. Where Alex at? Rigo? Oh, y'all cat's not right, bro. Y'all cat's is not right. Don't do that. Don't do that. Joe Calzaghe close up on the inside. But that's what I mean. That's slick. That's slick. When you could be there with the guy, when you could be there in the pocket with the guy within striking distance, but you still not giving him nothing. That he really can't penetrate the guard. The punches landing here and here. He really can't split it with an uppercut because you're doing that chocolatito shit where you ride the shots. That's slick. Being way on the outside is not slick. That's not slickness, bro. Because you're not even engaged for you to have to be slick. Slick is riding the punch and coming back with the counter uppercut. That's slick. Because you like butter. You riding it, coming back with the counter uppercut. Slick is not, well, I'm just going to be way out there where you can't hit me. I'm going to just be way out. Well, then you ain't shit slick about what you're doing. I always thought the same thing. A guy on the outside can't be slick. To be slick is to be exactly. You put it better than me, Danny. Being slick is being slippery. Slippery. You're not slippery when you so far out of striking distance that the dude can't touch you. And then when you just shifting, like, oh, I'm gonna go to this part of the turnbuckle. Then when he closing the gap, I'm gonna go to like, bro, that's not slick, bro. Like that's you just on the outside, but that's not slick. Slick is slippery, and slippery is when you could be in the pocket, slip the shots, bob and weave the shots, come back with the counters. That's slick. Real shit, yo. We having some good boxing talks tonight. And yeah, man, I seen Sonny Edwards all day today. All day today. He was talking about Eddie Hearn. He was talking about Martinez. And I'm like, yo, I want that fight because, Martinez beat the shit out of his brother. So I'm like, all right, let's see if he could beat the shit out the other brother or if the brother could beat the shit out of him. I don't know, but I'm a boxing fan. I want to see the fight. So bang. And I never saw that fight. Like, I never saw no effort to make that fight. But I said, well, Sonny was with Frank and Julio is with Eddie. So let's not be stupid here. Let's not be dumb. Like, we ain't got to be dumb over here. How many fights have they made outside of Bentley versus Cash? How many fights have Frank and Eddie made between them? Feel me? I was goody. Top slick fighters today. I'm gonna say, let me think about this. I think Stephen Fulton, he has slickness, the way he could be in the pocket and get off some shit and protect himself at the same time. I think Stephen Fulton has slickness. It's not a lot of guys. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's not a lot of guys, but Choco, Stephen Fulton, who else? Let me go through the weight classes. 26. Nah. 30. Nah. Vasil Lomachenko has slickness. That's not saying that he don't get touched, but it's that he could be there with you in the pocket, and because of them feet, that he'll pivot and shift and get around your shit. That's slickness, that you could do that. Because slickness is, oh, I'm going to just shoot the jab from the outside, and I ain't even going to let you get closer. Well, bro, you not slick. Like, how is that slick? You not even... It was goody country. Tony was in the pocket and always came back with a surprise. I think it was Jirov. Forgot that dude's name, but Tony surprised him and ended the fight. It was Jirov. How you go? Karma said Chris Colfer. Y'all not right, B. You know what the shit is? They going extra hard on him because he a New Yorker too. Everybody hate us, man. I don't know why. Everybody hate us. D says Jamal Charlo is slick too at dodging paydays. Fucking right. Fucking right. I can't believe that motherfuckers really get up every morning and log into their Twitter to talk about Jamal Charlo. Motherfucker, be happy with the Truax fight that he about to have. Because if he don't fight Truax, he probably gonna fight Plant. You know what I mean? Y'all fuck with Jamal, right? I fuck with him then, because he about to have another trash-ass fight. Y'all fuck with Benavidez, right? I fuck with him when he fight Lemieux. He about to fight Lemieux. Laurent, he about to fight Laurent. Fuck with him. Bobby says basically turning your defense into... Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Ward was slick. Ward was slick. And I know you ain't big on Ward, Drew, but Ward was slick. The defensive highlights from the Barrera fight, that Barrera tried to shoot the straight shot. He parried the shit. He caught the shit with this one, then came back with the hook. That shit was slick as hell, bro. I don't give a shit. Ward was slick because he could be in the pocket. And yes, I know some of y'all say he was dirty, but what I told y'all, I like the dirty shit. It's a fight, bro. I like the dirty shit. Well, Jared Heard, bro, he did move up there. The Luis Arias fight was at middleweight, bro. And you see how he looked. My spider sense tells me Truax, bro. That's what my spider sense tell me. If he don't fight Truax, he'll probably fight a Farfendugan. I was goody, Ephron. Know what I mean? Yeah, Hurt is low-key retired, bro. Like, after that shit, he low-key retired, bro. Like, come on, man. But yeah, like, you know, I want to see Sonny Edwards versus Julio Cesar Martinez. Why not? The shit is, this is the thing, right? He over there defending Frank, and I'm thinking, well, is you with Frank or is you with Probellum? Because if you with Frank, then it might be hard to do the fight. Come on, let's be real. We know it's politics and boxing. But if you with Probellum and Dick Schaefer and Daniel Kinahan, right? Yo, do the fucking fight, bro. Do the shit in Dubai. Do the fucking fight, yo. I want to see that shit. Shakur's technical. Shakur's technical. Shakur don't sit in the pocket a whole lot. Like and you know I like Shakur, but I'm saying that he don't be in the pocket a whole lot. His best punches is his straight punches when he could get full extension on his arm. And because he's so fast, he could touch a guy from the outside coming in and still get back out. He don't got to be close to the guy to where he high guard, throwing hooks, uppercuts and hooks and body. He don't be close to guys like that. Shakur more technical than slick. He got distance like Floyd. See, Floyd was slick. Go back and watch the Canelo fight. Floyd was slick. He'll sit in the pocket with you and make you miss. Look at the Cotto fight. He was in the pocket with Cotto, and he walked him into an uppercut late in the fight, buckled his legs. Floyd was slick. But you not slick just because you staying far away from the motherfucker. Like, well, that ain't slick. You just staying far away. Y'all not right. He said Errol Spence is slick at flipping a Ferrari. Y'all or y'all motherfuckers going to hell. If Charlo wants the Canelo fight, He should move. Yo, man, he don't want that fight, Liam. Come on, let's be real. That's what upsets me about Floyd comparisons. No, but even Money May, man. Even Money May, even the fights at 147, the Canelo fight at 152, he was slick. But they like, I don't like to have this conversation because it's taboo. I feel awkward. But I'm saying they think that Floyd was slick because of this. Nah, Nicolino Loche was slick, bro. Nicolino, do you know who Nicolino Loche is? It's certain characteristics to a slick fighter. Nicolino Loche, Floyd Mayweather, James Toney. These is guys that could be in the pocket with you and you fucking missing punches even though they in the pocket with you. Chocolatito, he's not necessarily making you miss, but he's catching the shots on the arms and gloves, or he's riding the punches and coming back with short hooks. That's slick. The guys that can sit in the pocket with you. You're not slick because you all the way out there. Shout out to my man AJJJJ. On my way to see the Batman, just want to show love. Yo, man, tell me about that movie, man. I'm hearing nothing but good things, man. Nothing but good things. Much love, Jay. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's slick with guys like Tom Schwartz. He's slick with he's slick with guys like Tom Schwartz. Slick fighters don't get hit or minimize the impact of being hit. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna be dodging rain droplets. Feel me? It's that you could be in the pocket, but your aggression is more effective than the other guys. Because if you look at what Choco was doing yesterday, that shit was beautiful. He's smothering Martinez by staying close to him, and whatever Martinez throw, it either sail behind his head or sail behind his back, or he catch it on the arms. He'll come out with something short, pop him in the face, close back up, come out, pop him in the face, close. It was beautiful, the shit. Fucking beautiful, the shit. No, he was not slick against Vlad. He stayed so far on the outside of Vlad that it wasn't a fight, bro. That's not slick. That's the point that I'm making. You staying so far on the outside, what fucking fight are you having, bro? You all the way on the outside. Nicolino made a Japanese quit, a Japan not being able. Yo, that's what I'm trying to say. That when people bring up Floyd and saying slick, right? Certain cats are speaking in code. They don't even really mean slick. What I'm saying is slick is a characteristic that is not exclusive to any one boxer of any one denomination. Because Nicolino Loche was slick. James Toney was slick. Chocolatito is slick. Floyd Mayweather was slick. Slick is when you could be in the kill box, but you getting out all the way of the shit, or you blocking the shit and coming back with the shit. That's slick. If you all the way on the outside to where the motherfucker can't even touch you, that's not slick, fam. You not engaging. That's what that is. It's defensive fighting. It is, but you not slick, though. Now, if you could hop in there, pop, 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 and get back out, okay, that's slick. That you could get around they shit, come up, bop, 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 hit them with some shit and get back out. That's slick. Whoever said being slick boxing on the outside, make your opponent miss and make your opponent pay? Well, that's how some people treat it. Like, listen, look, here's an example, right? I seen people call Jermall Charlo a slick fighter. No, he not. Like he not good, not bad. I'm saying slick. Nah, he not slick. He not slick. Slick is a certain characteristic you see in a fighter. When you see that Floyd was right next to Canelo and Canelo started throwing hooks, Floyd slipped the hooks and got under a hook, shifted, and got on the side of Canelo, mopped him. That's slick. Because you in the line of fire, but this dude is just, it's not working, right? That's not Jermall. That's not Jermall, bro. He regular. Like, nah, that's not what he do, man. Fuck. That's not what he do. If anything, he take turns with his opponent. Watch the Montiel fight. He take turns. He punch in sequence. Montiel throw, then he'll throw, then Montiel throw, then he'll throw. It's basic as shit. All the clinching fury. Yeah, that's not slick, fam. That's not slick. It's crafty though. It's crafty. We could say that. They're like, yo, if your way of smothering your opponent's work is to jab them, then step in and clinch them, yeah, that's crafty. It's smart. It's not very entertaining, but people do it. No, Usyk is slick, bro. Usyk is slick. Usyk is slick. Watch the Gassiev fight. Watch the Gassiev fight. That all that shit. Why you think Usyk means cat, bro? I speak Ukrainian. Usyk means cat. And what are cats? Slick. Duran did have slickness in the pocket. Yes, he did. And close quarters fighting is a defining characteristic of slickness because you have to be slick to fight in the pocket. That is unless you're going to get hit with a lot of dumbass punches that you don't need to get hit with. Then you not slick. You just brain damage. Yeah, Sweet Pea, obviously. Sweet Pea. Ren, can you use the word in a sentence? Yes. It was very slick the way that Chocolatito was catching and shooting out of the high guard standing so close to Martinez. It was very slick how Chocolatito was catching and shooting it so close to Ray Martinez. Bang, in a sentence, bro. I want a 500-page essay on slick boxing, Sophia. 500-page essay, and you have to turn it in tomorrow afternoon. Of course, I heard about Wilfredo Benitez, bro. I know that, they had to move him out of his house, something going on. It's tragedies all over the place, bro. It's tragedies all over the place. Salvador Sanchez, yeah, because there has to be a level of slickness for you to fight in the pocket. Unless you just going to get brain damage like David Lemieux, there has to be a level of slickness for close quarters fighting. And what you notice about Duran, Chavez also, they'll ride the punch, like the punch will come and they'll ride it or they'll slip it and come around with some shit. That's a form of slickness. That's not saying that they're defensive fighters, though. That's not saying that they're defensive fighters, but it takes a certain level of slickness to operate in the pocket. All right. Don't ask me. I want a 10,000-page paper on the slickness of Nicolino Loche, bro. 10,000 letters, B. 10,000 words, yo. And I need it yesterday. Crawford, Nello, a slick. Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, slick. I don't know. See, this is the thing. I'm trying to think of an instance where Crawford was close to, like, he is, but he does real good on the outside. Like, whenever I think of Crawford's lines and his highlights, it's always from the outside, the way he could catch you with some shit, but from the outside. Canelo, he do a lot of work on the inside. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot. But yeah, man, it's a lot of shit. And I'm gonna try to get Sonny Edwards on the show. I'm gonna tag him to. I tagged him already to the shit being real. I said like, yo, I want to get motherfucking Sonny to do a fucking Q&A about this shit and have y'all come on here and ask him what y'all need to ask him. Feel me? I like that Richard Torres kid. I like that Richard Torres kid that fought on the Top Rank card. Shout out to Alexis. He reminded me about him. He looked like a lot of fun, that kid. I think in this era of kludgy heavyweights, and those of you that have been with this channel for a long time, you'll have heard me say this before, that in this era of giants and slow pokes and kludgy heavyweights, a pocket-sized heavyweight like a Jared Anderson, like a Richard Torres, they'll fuck a motherfucker up because they got a low center of gravity. They seldom gonna be off balance against the taller fighter. And when they dip down and come over with an overhand right there, a lot of them tall motherfuckers, they gonna chop down a lot of fucking trees. So I like that Richard Torres kid. It's still too early for me to be sold on him. He only had one fight. He debuted on Friday. But I like what I saw. He looked like a lot of fun. I want to keep an eye on that kid. Look forward to his fights. Yeah, exactly. Defensive fighting doesn't equal slick, because if you have to stay so far on the outside, staying far on the outside, 1-2 in the shit, and going back and forth, you're not slick, fam. You defensive, but you're not slick because you're not close enough to require no slickness. You way on the outside. It's real shit out here. And yeah, I'm gonna try to see. Maybe I could get Sonny Edwards to come on here and do a Q&A. He bigged up the channel last week, so I don't know. Maybe I could get him to come on and do a Q&A. And look, I kept it real. I said, listen, man, you know, like I said in the video, he watched the video and I said it then. They're like, yo, if they fight, I got Julio fucking him up, bro. Like, that's how I feel. Like, and you know, it's Sonny's job to prove me wrong, right? He got to believe in himself and all of that. But if they do that fight, bro, I got Julio fucking him up. Like, you ain't Chocolatito, bro. Hey, Jules, love your content, brother. You think Choco should be ranked higher than our... Yeah, I actually do. Being honest with you, I actually do. I think he has a better record. Like, and it's based on feelings, because we know that, look, I don't think he lost the first Sorum Visa fight. I never agreed with that decision. The knockout in the rematch, obviously, you know, you took it out of the judge's hands. But the first fight, I didn't think he lost that fight. And last year, I didn't think he fucking lost to fucking Estrada, bro. And being real with you, I don't think Estrada wants that third fight. I don't think he do. Because, look, he about to fight James Franco. He about to fight James. Why you fighting James Franco, bro? The fuck? That's the funny part. Saying Canelo Duck is slick fighter. Yeah, like, who's the slick fighter that he... Like, what slick fighter he... Is David Benavidez slick, squaring up, both shoulders facing his opponent, catches a hook and gets sat on his back pocket? Like, what slick fighters is y'all talking about? Who? I know y'all ain't talking about David, because he square up for that shoe shine. He square up. That's why when he stepped in on Ronald Gavril, both shoulders facing Gavril, he didn't come inside on. He came in both shoulders facing Gavril, trying to throw some shit, got caught on the cheek with a hook, got sat right on his back pocket. That ain't slick. Jacobs was slick. Because you know, in his heyday, but yeah, Jacobs was slick. He used to be really good on the inside. I don't know that. I mean, haven't seen him the last couple of fights. He looked bad with Gabe Rosado. I think he won the Ryder fight, but I don't. You know, I'm not the judges. You know what I mean? Franco said one time Gallo Estrada was easy work for him. We about to find out, Javis, because that's the next fight. That's what Eddie Hearn talking about making. That's what he talking about making. Franco not the mandatory, bro. They said, peep the shit. They said ahead of yesterday's fight that the winner of that fight is the mandatory for for Juan Francisco Estrada. That's what the WBC said. So. Yeah, Benavidez ain't no motherfucking. That ain't no motherfucking. And yeah, like I said, Charlo ain't no slick boxer. So when I see a motherfucker calling him slick, I'm like, what the fuck are you? How is he slick when he couldn't get out of the way of the straight left-handed Korobov? How the fuck is he slick? If he was slick, he would have got out of the way of that shit. If he was slick, fuck is y'all talking about? Una vergüenza le metieron a Martínez. Dímelo. Yeah, man. He demoralized him, yo. He did. Since when do I know, country, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. But that's what they said. That's what they said. Nah, fam, Benavidez is real slick at eating cheeseburgers behind. Oh, right. I forgot he got the WBA title. I forgot that he has the WBA. That makes sense. I forgot he won that shit. But yeah, yo, I'm like, what fucking slick fighters is y'all talking about? What slick fighters he ducking? He fought the slick fighters. If anything, fuck is y'all talking about? Lara's a lot slicker than motherfucking Charlo. He's certainly a lot slicker than David Benavidez. Trout is slicker than David Benavidez. Shit. That's why he was so hard to knock out, because Trout, no doubt Trout, he's slick than a motherfucker. He'll find a way to survive at least. Shit. Benavidez went to the George Foreman Cheeseburger University. Who are the best trainers for? It's not a lot of trainers out here to teach that, man. It's not a lot of trainers. And it's not, the other thing is that you have to have, I feel like they can't make you that. You know what I mean? A part of you got to be that. I don't think you can make a guy that, like, oh, you going, I feel like every fighter and the way they fight has to do with their internal rhythm. If you a guy that don't like getting hit, you don't really like the punishment, you probably going to be a pure boxer. If you like your boxing, but you throw with bad intentions, you're going to be a boxer puncher. You're going to set up your shots and all of that, but you're going to want to knock the guy out. That's how boxer punchers operate. They don't just throw any old bullshit. They'll set it up, but they want to knock you out. A pressure fighter, it takes a special motherfucker to be a pressure fighter. You just want to kill everything. You just want to fuck everything up. It like this fucking guy, this fucking weekend, Mauricio Lara. That's a pressure guy, bro. Through and through that. Now we gonna go. Fuck it. We gonna go. We just gonna go, and one of us gonna fall down. Bro, no, you can't, because that's no, you can't. No, you can't. You could try. That's what you mean. You could try, and then you gonna see that the shit don't work. That's what you talking about. K. Karoma tried to have Jared Hurd out here throwing fucking weird looking jabs, and look at what happened to him. If Jared Hurd is a good pressure fighter, then let him be that. Just sharpen what he has and let him be that. Because what you're not going to do is turn him into no motherfucking jabber. They had him coming out looking all motherfucking weird with Josh Wellborn throwing, like, bro, he look weird as shit doing that. Why is he doing that? What you think about Buddy McGirt? Which Carlos? Which Carlos? Danny Ranger is in the building. Danny Phantasmo. I would say it's a matter of reflex and coordination as well as being slick. I'm talking about you can't turn a motherfucker into something that he ain't. You can't. You can try, and you'll see that the shit not gonna work. You could try, but it ain't gonna work. I would say, you talking about Carlos Valderas? Is that the kid that fought on the DAZN card, the tall kid? Carlos Bald. Which one is Carlos Bald? Is that the tall kid that he knocked out the goofy motherfucker that kept leaving his chin out there? Is that the kid? Remember this weekend on the DAZN card, it was a dude with red trunks, weird motherfucker. He just having his chin out there like that. That motherfucker? El Bronco lo dobló a Sánchez como una silla de... No, no es la verdad. Como una sábana. Oh, shit. Diego Pacheco is the... Oh, right. That's who I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Diego Pacheco. I don't know Carlos Valdera. I'm getting old, bro. It's a lot of names, bro. Yep, Canelo fought all the slick fighters, Floyd Lara, etc. Exactly. Friday night on Top Rank card, Buddy was in the corner. Carlos, which one was Carlos Balderas, bro? I'm old, bro. It was late that night, bro. I don't know, man. My pound for pound list consists of Dylan. Hot fire. Just give me the lion, pass the blow. Shooba dooba dabba the bow. Oh, wait a minute, Balderas. No, wait, that's Gabriel Flores I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Flores. Hold on, country shit. Let me champ the shit for a minute. How you got more punching power, Vaquero Navarrete? I think Vaquero has more punching power and more leverage to throw punches. I think Vaquero's a stronger puncher than Lara. I think he's a stronger puncher. It'll be a great fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if Navarrete gets dropped, but I would have Navarrete winning the fight. I would. Pacheco is trained by Benavidez. Yeah, he went to the Benavidez's to train him because he left his old trainer. Bam. My pound for pound list is Gervonta Davis, Gervonta Davis, and Tank Davis, plus Gervonta Tank Davis. That's my pound for pound list. Yo, the funny shit is this motherfuckers that'll really tell you that shit with a straight face. My pound for pound list is Gervonta Davis, Bavante Savis, Tank Davis, Gervonta Pantank. Like, man, just shut the fuck up, bro. Just say you look up to him, B. Just say that. Charlo is number one on my pound for pound list because he doing the Simon Phoenix. He the fake Simon Phoenix. He putting the peroxide in his shit with the Capri Suns on his shit. Earl, the funny shit, motherfuckers don't even say Errol, which is his name. They say Earl. Earl Spence. Earl, like, man, just shut the fuck up, man. You don't know what a pound for pound list is. Shut the fuck. Eye test. Yeah, I know. Fucking eye test, right? What's gonna happen with Rumvisa? They trying to get Rumvisa to fight Bam Rodriguez. They trying to get him to fight, and that's gonna be a good ass fight. Yeah, Thurman is number B on my pound for pound list. He's number B. Chief Keith Thurman with the cringeworthy quotes. My man Edwin Castillo said, by 25, Canelo paid his dues. Yo, listen. By 27, Canelo Alvarez had already fought Floyd Mayweather, Alfredo Angulo, Erislandy Lara, Miguel Cotto, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and and Golovkin. And these motherfuckers want me to feel sorry for Charlo and Benavidez. The funny shit is, shout out to I think it was Tyree. I want to shout out Tyree. He said it best. These motherfuckers was happy to freeze out Terrence Crawford because he was on the wrong side of the street. Hey, you motherfuckers, you on the wrong side of the street. Canelo's at the zone, bro. Cross the street. If you want him, cross the street. Cause if you're gonna say that Crawford was on the wrong side of the street, Canelo has a 2 going on 3 fight deal with the zone. So guess what, you motherfucker? If you want him, cross the street, or you ain't gonna get the fight. And I'm not gonna watch you, bro. I'm not watching Charlo versus Truax, bro. You can't make me. You can't make me buy Davis versus Romero. I'm Bavante Davis, man. I'm not buying that fucking shit. You can't make me. Fuck that shit. Think I'm gonna buy that bullshit? I'm not. Errol sneaking away with Yellow Beezy. Yo, man. Errol Spence's baby mother. For those of y'all that don't know, one of Errol Spence's 2 baby mothers, she on Instagram. She messaged Terrence Crawford and said, yo, fuck up my baby daddy. At least Terrence Crawford take care of his kids. I shit you not. One of Errol's baby mothers, because he got 2. And she's saying she want Crawford to beat the shit out of Spence. Spence ain't shit, man. He better take care of his kids, man. Stop playing. That shit not right, yo. That shit not right. I hope Rolly Romero knock out Tank. So these motherfuckers spend all Sunday morning trying to explain that shit. I thought you said Tank was pound for pound. How the fuck he get knocked out by Rolly if he pound for pound? I hope Rolly do that shit. I'm gonna pray to the boxing gods. I'm gonna do my gypsy magic so that Rolly could find the strength within himself and his hairline to do that shit. And like, yo, knock that motherfucker out, Rolly. I want to have fun on Sunday. Knock that motherfucker out. Rolly nice, but not paper. All right, bro. Okay. I want Rolly to knock his ass out, bro. Smooth out. Come on, Rolly. Just hit him with a big dumb punch. All right, what's goody, bro? Martin Remo in the building. Yo voy a hacer la brujería, sí. Yo voy a poner un cafecito ahí para los espíritus que le den el poder, la fortaleza, la sabiduría al Rolando Romero. So he could just hit the shit out of Manny Fresh. Just deck the shit out of Manny Fresh. Rolly barely Friday night fights level. Tank, yo, I swear to God, I hope Rolly knock his ass out. Because if he knock his ass out, Sunday gonna be a fun day. Like, yo, how y'all was sitting around saying Tank is pound for pound and Frankenbeans knocked him out? How you explain that? Puñeta, coño. Rolly gonna touch him all over. He's like a girl in the car. Imagine, yo, that shit'll be wild funny, dog. I don't have a horse in that race. I just want to see the fight. Murata, Golovkin. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, yo. Tank looks a bit bothered by Rolly. If Rolly Romero KOs Tank, is he pound for pound? You better believe it. He gonna be number one on my list. If he knock out Tank, he gonna be number one, right next to Roy Jones Jr. Shit. Knock out Tank shit. I might have to make my day. Real shit out here, yo. If he knock out Tank, you shit. Ring IQ's number one pound for pound fighter is Rolando Roland Romero. It's real shit out here, yo. Yo, peep this Smitty cat. This dude is so mad. Look at Smitty. Smitty is so mad that Canelo is not fighting whatchamacallit. Smitty is very upset. I should get Smitty on the phone. I mean, on the show. Let me send Smitty a link. Smitty got 6 followers for tweeting that bullshit. Tweeting that bullshit, son! I'm about to post the link right here, yo. Smutty is very mad. I am laughing. I'm going to post the link. Smutty is very mad. I'm going to try to get him to come on. He could tell me why he's mad. Like, why won't Canelo fight the fighters that I care about? You know why? Because you're the only one that cares about them. That's why. I don't care about them. I don't watch them. You think I want to see Benavidez fighting fucking guys like that? He been at super middleweight for mad long, yo. Fighting guys like that. Charlo, he fought once last year. You cool with that shit? You cool that he could have? You cool that he only fought once? Could have fought Andre. You cool with you capping for them dudes every day on Twitter? So you must be cool with it. You must be. I'm just antagonizing shit on Twitter right now. I'm being an antagonist. When I be on my couch, this is me. When I be on my couch, I'm in a bed, I'm in a chair, I'm eating, wherever I'm at, if I'm outside and you see that I'm being a troll, this is me. It's real shit, yo. Real shit. I'm a motherfucking troll. I don't give a shit though, because that shit is mad funny to me. Motherfuckers really think that arguing on Twitter, like, bro, you wasting your own time, dog. I don't know why people arguing on Twitter over this shit. Sometimes I do it to kill time, like if I'm out and I'm just doing something and I gotta sit down and wait or whatever, or if I'm here and I do it for a little bit. I'll do it for a bit. I ain't even gonna front, but it's like, yo, dog, what you arguing about? Don't nobody give a fuck about them guys. You don't understand that shit? Motherfuckers don't like them. Why? Because you all waiting to fight one dude. That shit is stupid. Even if he picked you, then this motherfucker would say he's ducking him. And this motherfucker the shit you saying don't make sense. That's why don't nobody give a fuck about them guys. You sound like the exorcist from Scary Movie 2 opening scene. For your gossip. Ain't that Go-Go Power Danny? Yo, why is Go-Go Power Danny face so fucking long, bro? Go-Go Power Danny! Yo, Danny, you a weird fucking dude, dog. You want to know why you a weird dude, Danny? Because it's really fucking late where you live, bro. It's like 3, 4 in the morning. The fuck? What are you doing up at this time, bro? Yo, it's like fucking 3, 4 in the morning over there. What the fuck are you doing up at this time? You still watching full fights? Oh shit. You still watching full fights, Danny? Danny. How the fuck you up at 3, 4 in the morning watching me, bro? Bro, what time is it where you live, Danny? What time is it over there, bro? It gotta be like fucking. Nah. Nah, I'm not. I'm just being an asshole. I'm not. Don't be like that. Certain men have to get up. I dig it. You right. I'm being an asshole. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, like, yo, motherfuckers is really getting up every day. So you telling me that for the next 12 months, what you guys, so-called boxing fans, plan on doing is bitching and moaning that Canelo not gonna fight them bum ass guys. That's what you gonna do all year? Because he not gonna fight them. That's what we know. This whole year, he not gonna fight them. And what you're gonna do is take to social media every day to act like a bitch about it. If it were Charlo versus Golovkin, you wouldn't be complaining. And we all know that. You fucking wish Golovkin cared about them guys. You wish. You pray to God, please, God, get Charlo the Golovkin fight. I swear to God. Please get a fight. Fucking freaks. Shout out to my man Chris Price. These dudes mad about Charlo refusing and going up to fight an undefeated proven champion. Where was the outrage when Errol actually refused to fight Bud? And yo, you know what I'm saying? That's the shit I'm talking about. That's the shit I'm talking about. How the fuck you gonna be cool with Errol freezing that man out, but you mad that Canelo on another side of the street? What did y'all tell Bud? Y'all told Bud, oh, well, you on the wrong side of the street. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You on the wrong side of the street when it comes to a Canelo fight. You better cross that shit. You know what I'm saying? Simple as. You not on the right side of the street, David Benavidez. Need to cross that shit. You're not on the right side of the street, Jermo Charlo. You need to cross that shit. And if you don't want to cross it, then you don't want to fight. Simple as. You know what I'm saying? Water off a duck's Who's Danny talking to, bro? Who's Danny talking to? I'm not fucking drunk, Sophia. I'm not drunk. I'm talking shit, but I'm being more obnoxious than usual because the floor is mine right now, so I get to say all the different shit I'm thinking. Is Danny being disrespectful, country? Because I put him in the corner. Just let me know. Their criticism is pointed at no, because this real shit is too many double standards. You can't try to act like it's okay that they froze out Crawford because he was on the wrong side of the street. Okay then, motherfucker, you not on the right side of the street for Canelo. If Canelo with Matchroom for 2 to 3 fights, cross the street. Simple as, cross the street. None of y'all is cash cows. Nobody be checking for y'all fights. That's facts. How y'all trying to tell a cash cow what he got to do? Who the fuck is y'all? How you so hyped over Charlo fights? Over Charlo fights? Which was the fight that made you a fan? Because if you get up every day to log into Twitter to argue about his boring fucking career, something made you a fan. What was it? Danny, you a fucking weirdo, bro. Shut the fuck up, man. Fucking freak. Go watch some full fights, bro. Fucking freak. How the fuck you watching me at 4 a.m? What the fuck are you jerking off, you weirdo? Imagine me getting up at 4 a.m. and watch Danny. Imagine that shit. I get up 4 a.m, go to my shit. I gotta watch Danny, bro. What the fuck? I don't like that shit. You better send me a super chat or some shit, Danny, because right now you're creeping me out. Motherfucker watching me at 4 a.m, jerking off for some weird shit. Like, yo, it's mad late where you live, bro. Fuck you doing? Imagine getting real shit, yo. Imagine I get up, coal in my eye. Oh, grab my shit. I gotta watch Danny. Some weird ass shit. Ese tipo algo pasa con ese tipo, no me gusta. Ese tipo está medio raro, loquito. 4 de la mañana me quiere las 4 de la mañana y él me quiere verme la cara a mí. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué clase de vaina es esa? Si yo me despierto a esa hora, I'm gonna grab my wife's ass and squeeze that shit, try to get some ass. To be real, which if I'm gonna get up that fucking early in the morning. Well, he watches full. The thing is, Westside, is he watches full fights. Canelo moved up to fight Kovalev, but Charlo caught someone out above his weight class just to duck him in the end. Cap it, corona tested. Real shit, yo. Real shit, yo. The bullshit, the funny shit is for all the arguing that I see on social media, and I laugh about it. Sometimes I use it as talking points here on the channel for entertainment purposes because it opens the door for a lot of good jokes. So I use it as a talking point. But in the greater scheme of things, the truth is that all that shit you see on Twitter, none of that shit matters in the real world. The shit you see here on YouTube, none of that shit matters in the real world. In the real world, people pay to see this guy because he's in fights they want to see, and they don't pay for this guy because he's never in fights they want to see. Simple as. Because at the end of the day, at its base, it is that simple. I don't fucking want to see this dude in them trash ass fights. That's it. And that's it. Motherfuckers, you think motherfuckers be at the ticket shit? Yeah, well, let me evaluate the No, motherfuckers ain't doing none of that. The reality is I like his fights and I don't like his fights. Now, because I have time, because I'm a content creator and I follow the sport closely, I can explain my reasoning. I can explain it. I'll take time out because, well, for me, it's profitable to do so. But better still, yeah, I can explain it. But in the real world, ain't no explanation. I don't like his fucking fights. He don't fight shit. That's how simple the shit is. He don't fight shit. I don't watch that shit. I'm not buying pay-per-view. He don't fucking fight nobody. Simple. You don't fight shit. Now I'm about to open up the shit to the panel. About to open this shit up. Maybe Danny will join us so he could talk about the full fights that he be watching. He watches full fights, yo. Not quarter pounder fights. Not half fights. Full fights. Bam, chocolate. Ay, no me haga eso, Westside, que no me ponga esa situación, manín. It's too early for that, bro. No me ponga esa situación, man. Yo, how is Tank one of the best? I don't think he is. I don't. Easton, what's good, son? What's good, Drew? What's good, son?
What's going on? Easton in the building. Jules, I had a question real quick.
Go ahead.
What's up, fellas?
Who's on the pound for pound list of women's asses you'll sniff farts out of?
I'm gonna be real with you, right? Rihanna is on there. Rihanna's on there.
Doug Rose?
Valerie Loretta, bro. Valerie Loretta. I mean, like, I fuck with Rose and all of that, but Valerie Loretta, bro. Valerie Loretta.
And what are the qualifications for that pound for pound list?
Well, honestly, it's innate. It's not any one thing, because if you notice now, right? It's a lot of fat asses, bro. It's a lot of big titties. It's a lot of pretty. It's a lot of that shit in the world. It's an innate quality that not everybody has. You know what I mean? And it is indescribable. It is an innate quality. It's not as simple as, well, she has a big ass. Well, it's a lot of big asses. It's a lot of big chests. It's a lot of big legs. It is an innate quality. It's the only way I could describe it. Go ahead, country.
Hey, man, you got Danny Gunshot, dude. He kept commenting and then retracting his comments.
That dude is, yo, but look, on some real shit, this is how I know that the internet is affecting the culture, because what he doesn't realize is, I know what time it is where you live, bro. It's like 3, 4 in the morning where you live. Imagine me.
He said he got the notification and tuned in. I was trying to be nice to him, and he's like, I don't need your approval.
Bro, listen, listen.
Whatever.
Bro, listen. Fucking notification my ass, bro. It's 4 in the morning. If you get up, you should be trying to fuck your girlfriend or your wife at that time, bro. You should not be looking at my face at 4 in the morning. That's fucking weird, bro. It's 4 in the morning. Let me go look at Julius in his face. What the fuck?
Go, Danny Ranger.
Why you think I sound like, yo, that dude is special, bro? He wear a helmet. That dude is special, bro. Like, imagine me getting up at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I gotta go look at Danny in the face. Fuck out of here, B. What type of shit is that? But yesterday's fights was great. Yesterday's fights was really good.
Awesome.
Big time.
Son, you want some of that action? I got Canelo.
Esau, don't punk out, Esau. I see that. Listen, I seen that shit you said, Esau. Don't punk out, bro.
I already got a wager with Ron Boy Fresh. So you want some of that action, Esau?
Take that bet, yo.
Yo, I'm gonna keep real with you, bro. The casino got 400 from me already, so.
Okay.
They got 400 from me. I got 400 on Bivol at my local casino. I got them at plus 350 already, so I'm set with all that.
I'm gonna say this though. Let me be real though.
I'll bet you a late 40 if you want though.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this.
Funny, karma, funny.
Bivol ain't motherfucking Caleb Plant, so let's just get that shit right out the way.
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't Caleb Plant, bro. Like, don't think that he ain't. B. He Russian, man. Look at his eyes, B. He look like he ain't slept in 3 years.
And Julius, you know what's also a good thing that Bivol has too, that most motherfuckers recently haven't.
A good barber.
He wants to fight for the right reasons and shit. You know what I mean?
No. Being serious, I'm agree with you on 2 things. One, you're absolutely right, because that's what I get from him. He actually believes it ain't just the bag. He really believe he could win a fight. That's what I see. And
Yo, he
two,
hasn't talked about the money one time this whole time. He's just talking about I want to fight.
now two,
Yeah.
I never seen Bivol with a bad haircut. Not once in my whole life. I never seen him with a bad haircut. Never seen him with a bad fade or a choppy fade. Like that's serious shit. Be good barber equals good boxing. Pay attention.
Hey, Leo,
Real
jump on, man.
Leo here, bro.
Oh, is
I am
he?
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I can't
Julius,
am
see
who's
him
listening.
at all.
in that fight, Julius?
Say it again. Say it again. Isan.
Have you have you made the official Ring IQ pick for that fight or what?
I want to watch. What I usually do is I'll watch the guy's last 3 fights. If time, that's one thing that I haven't been having is time. But I want to watch. I got time to watch 3 of his fights, so I'm gonna watch. I want to watch 3 of Bivol's fights because I just be imagining. Bivol is a straight puncher. He don't fight in the pocket. He don't fight in the pot. Like he really doesn't do that. Everything he throws is straight. So I'm like, that's interesting. To me, that's interesting. You can't win this fight on your back foot all night. You can't. So are you gonna step into your jab, or are you gonna keep it long and keep it loose? Because you ain't gonna win doing that. I'll tell you
He's
that
got
right
good
now.
hooks and uppercuts, counter hooks for days.
Yeah,
man.
but what who he fought? This is the counter argument.
He was getting Joe Smith with them shits all night.
He was getting Joe Smith, bro. That you just said it. He was getting Joe Smith, bro. Not Canelo. He was getting Joe with that shit. It's different,
I
bro.
don't know, man, but you also got to factor in that Canelo in that Kovalev fight. There was a lot of shit there that I think Bivol could take advantage of. Like, dude wasn't throwing no punches, and he had to take rounds off. That showed me a lot.
That was different. I'm gonna tell you what was different about that. Kovalev fought smart. Kovalev wasn't committing to his punches because he didn't want to leave his arm out there to get counted. That's why he did that. So he
No, I'm talking about Canelo.
Hold on, let me finish. Kovalev fought smart, and Canelo knew, like, bro, all I gotta do is hit this dude one time with a counter. I gotta hit him one time with a punch he don't see, and that'll do it. That's why that fight looked like that. Everybody, everybody, welcome Tim Sheehy to the joint.
Hey,
Hey,
Tim,
Julius.
welcome.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, man?
So just thinking about Danny and how he watches full fights, I'm gonna ask Leo. Leo, what full fight do you think that Danny is watching?
McFarlane versus the other guy, the Irish guy.
McFarlane versus I know what you're talking about, the Scottish heavyweight title fight. But yeah, yo, when it comes to the Bivol fight, I don't really see Bivol do a lot of work inside the pocket, and that's the interesting thing. Canelo wants to get to the pocket. Bivol wants to keep it long and loose and stay on the outside. If you do that with Canelo, you're not gonna win doing that shit. That's what Lara tried to do, and that I'll be telling motherfuckers that shit don't work. Like that shit doesn't work, bro.
But he engages more than a lot of those kind of guys. So that's the thing. He's on his front foot more often with those guys.
I'm gonna go to Tim Sheehy. Tim, how do you see that fight, Bivol Canelo? Just how do you see that fight preliminary?
I think Bivol has the skills to actually take it to him, probably come around his high guard, but, you know, other than that, I don't know. I mean, Canelo's got these skills, right? And he lays traps. People fall for them all the time. Bivol doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's going to do that.
That's the yeah, like he's not like a absent-minded fighter. He's not.
No, he's very aware, very sharp.
And very mature. That if he could win the fight with a jab, then he'll win the fight with a jab. That takes maturity. You know, it does take maturity to just stay on that. Like, well, if I could beat him with one hand, why the fuck not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, and I think he'll probably just dance around him all night. And the thing is, Canelo, he knows how to handle that. But the question is, will he actually be in the right mindset going into that fight? I think he will.
I wonder if Canelo's growing too comfortable because he's a business. That's just intangibles. Let me address this. He said Jacobs wasn't prime. That's a casual argument, bro. Most boxing matches that you see, the guy's not in his prime. 95% of the time, one or both of the guys are not in their prime. That's how it always is. When Floyd fought Manny, neither of them were in their prime. When Floyd fought Canelo, Floyd wasn't in his prime, and Canelo hadn't reached his. So that's a silly argument to make. I swear, everybody started watching boxing during the pandemic. He wasn't prime. Bro, fucking Chocolatito's 34 years old. You think he's in his prime? Still beat that motherfucker ass. That shit ain't no excuse.
Chocolatito's on his legend shit again, man.
Fucking legend, bro. You shouldn't predict a fight based how the judge will favor outside the ring. Bivol has never fought a stocky, redheaded, 5'8" bridge troll who crawls up inside you and eats your cookies. I didn't read that right. Stylistically, Bivol makes insignificant changes so that his opponents can readily adapt. That's true. He's a very cognizant fighter, which is, listen, he has the most frustrating style. Like, I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is straightforward up and down. Like, you know what he wants to do, and it's very simple. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't fought a lot of good fighters. That's the other thing. Benavidez hasn't. Charlo is basic. Like, he's literally basic. He literally takes turns punching with his opponents. That's why I always say he's basic, bro. He took turns with Montiel.
None of these dudes fight enough to become elite fighters.
I don't think so. I don't.
At all.
I don't. The only way you get better at something is to do it consistently. That's the only way you get better at anything. And when you're sparsely active, you're not going to get better. How are you going to get better? By not fighting, let alone fighting guys that these is not the top guys, bro. Like Juan Montiel, that's not a top guy, bro. Dennis Hogan ain't a top guy at 54. So what the fuck is he at 160? And that's the last guy Charlo knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, you say like we don't buy his fights or something, but I mean, I'll buy his fights when he's fighting somebody who isn't the level of Juan Montiel or like the third or fourth leftover pickings of Golovkin and Jacobs and people like that.
Listen, I bought the Charlo pay-per-view because of Mel. It was a unification match against a unified champion in the junior middleweight division, so I bought the fight. But if it would have just been Maul versus Sergey, no, I'm not fucking buying that. How the fuck could Maul versus Sergey be a pay-per-view when Jacobs versus Sergey wasn't a pay-per-view and he hadn't lost a fight yet?
You know, bless you, man, because I could not justify Juan Montiel as a purchase.
No, I didn't purchase that. I'm talking about they had the Charlo doubleheader where you had Maul Charlo versus Deddy Vianchenko, and you had Mel Charlo in the unification match with the banana. I bought it because
none of us could justify that.
I bought it because of the unification match. I did buy that one, but if it wouldn't have had that unification match, if it would have just been Jermall Charlo versus Sergey, why the fuck would I pay $80 for that? I just seen Jacobs versus Sergey when Sergey never lost a fight. That wasn't a pay-per-view. So how the fuck is this a pay-per-view? Doesn't make sense. But as a package, it was good enough. Like, okay, I got a unification match and I got this, I'll buy it. Now, I picked them both to win, Bill. I picked them both to win because Sergey is a hard luck case. Like, he's a good fighter, but every time he step up a little bit, he lose. With Koke, he was having fits over there in fucking Germany, but they blowing smoke up everybody's ass. It's like, bro, come on, B. Don't try to blow him out of proportion just because Charlo fought him. You ain't been watching Sergey, bro. You don't even know who the fuck Jack Koke is to know that Sergey struggled with him. It's a lot of goofy shit in boxing, bro. Joshua Lil John asks, Julius, do you know the punch output round by round between Bivol and Canelo? If so, how could I find out? Talk to Dan Canobio on Twitter. He literally has all that data. Talk to Dan Canobio of CompuBox. If you want to know they punch output round by round, he literally has all that information.
Now, you see, with Bivol and Canelo, I think Bivol, he's taking harder punches from harder punchers than Canelo has.
Yeah,
so Canelo's shots are not going to affect him right away. Even if he's hitting with hard shots, he's going to be able to deal with that. And that combined with the skills, it's going to give Canelo a much bigger challenge. And to be honest, I think Canelo's a little bit nervous about this one.
You know what? I don't know if it's nervous or asleep at the wheel, because this is not an easy fight.
Let me ask you guys. Do you guys think that Bivol actually has the power to hurt Canelo in any way? Because, I mean, I haven't seen him actually knock anybody out since Trent Broadhurst, man. It's been a while.
But he's a light heavyweight, and who's he been fighting? Light heavyweight.
That's true.
I just want to see if Bivol has to commit to hurting Canelo, not that pity pat, not that point shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, like he has to want to impose punishment on him.
I don't think.
Look, I don't think Bivol is gonna fight that fight in the different distance in the balls of his feet. I think he's gonna try to take the center of the ring from the start. Maybe after the second half, he's gonna retreat. But in the beginning, he's gonna try to assert dominance.
You know, Canelo's been getting hella bold ever since that second Golovkin fight.
Now I got a question, Jules, and then the panel can weigh in. What percentage of Bivol's punches need to be loaded up on to win that fight?
I mean, what Bivol needs to do is change the intensity of the punches, because if you punch Canelo the same way, you're gonna give up. You're gonna give up what you're doing. You know how Lomachenko mixes in the pity pats with the power shots?
Yeah.
Bivol has to do that, because if you shooting the jab the same way at the same intensity all the time, he's gonna get your timing down. So you got to mix it up to where you can not only hit him with something that he doesn't see, but he doesn't know when it's gonna be a power shot. Maybe the power shot is the second punch. Maybe the power shot is the third punch or the fourth punch. But he's got to mix it up, because Canelo done seen, this is the other shit. Canelo done seen every style by now. He has. He's seen the pure boxer, amateur style in Lara. He's seen the boxer puncher in Cotto, a bigger boxer puncher that applies pressure in Golovkin. He's dealt with tall fighters. He's dealt with eye-level fighters. He's dealt with some, you know, Cotto was smaller than Canelo. He's seen it all, bro. He dealt with a pressure fighter in Angulo. He's seen it all, bro.
I think Bivol's capable of doing that, though.
We'll see. That's why we watch the fights.
That's why they fight the fights.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, does Bivol have a better jab than Triple G?
No.
He has a solid jab. It's not better than Triple G's. No.
Is it just as good, though?
No. I would say it's
does
not.
Does it have that snap and power? Because Triple G throws a power jab too.
No, it's not even. It's all right. First, let's establish why I think Triple G's jab is better, or was better, because he doesn't shoot it as much. The reason I always like Triple G's jab is because he never abandoned it. The whole fight, you see the jab. Everything is off the jab. Whether he shortens up the jab or he steps into it and it's real stiff and it's a power jab, like a step jab, you always see it. Bivol's jab is more of a get away from me. Get away from me. He's not stepping into it. It's more of a get the fuck off me. Get off me. It's a defensive punch. With Triple G, it's the beginning of some shit that don't still be there after I bring this hand back. Because when I bring this other one over, this one's gonna hurt. I like that. To me, that's what made Triple G's jab. That's what makes it better than Bivol's jab. There's more intent on his jab. Bivol's jab is a very good jab, but it's because it's quick. It's very quick.
Yeah, but the thing that is also about the technique. Golovkin shoots a straight jab, but it's an orthodox jab. It's the closest thing to a perfect jab. Not moving from the elbow of the shoulder. So just a straight punch. Bivol shoots that jab, but he also shoots the flicker jab every time in a while. So the flicker jab, I tell you, you cannot beat Canelo with a flicker jab.
Yeah, like I've seen him do it. He'll shorten it up a little bit, but he's not very nuanced with his jab. Like most of the time, his jab is a get the fuck off me jab. It's a quick jab, like get the fuck off me. It's not the beginning of some shit. Like I like how when Kovalev got with Buddy McGirt and he fought Eleider Alvarez for the second time, Kovalev always had a great jab, by the way. Like, he's an asshole of a human being. So I'm not even gonna, I'm not gonna try to act like he's not. He's an asshole of a human being. But his jab was always very nuanced. Like, he could throw it like a stiff stick and step into it, but he could also pity pat you with it and probe you with it. You know what I mean? Bivol's jab is a little bit more straightforward, and it's usually get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off me. That's how he's been throwing it. So I don't know that you bother Canelo with a jab like that. He'll catch it on the arms and hook off to the body.
Hey, Jules, let me say something real quick. Sophia wanted to jump on, but she was worried we were going to make fun of her because she didn't have any knowledge. Sophia, we're not going to make fun of you.
Man, you could, man, if you don't click this motherfucking link, man, you better fucking click this fucking link.
There you go, Sophia.
Ain't nobody, we ain't like that shit. Click that link. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Like, we don't get down like that. But real shit,
come on,
man.
Sophia, get on here, man.
But real shit. I think the main thing that makes Bivol a difficult fight is, one, this is a guy with a good engine who can keep fighting that fight, that outside stick and move safety first fight. He could do that for the whole 12. That's one. And he's durable. That's two. This is not Caleb Plant. This is not Billy Joe Saunders. This dude is used to getting hit by fucking light heavyweights. Sometimes they're bigger than him, and he take the shots. He took a clean right hand from Joe Smith Jr. He buckled, yeah, but he didn't go down. If that would have been Benavidez, he would have went down, bro. He would have went down. If that would have been Charlo, he most definitely would have went down.
If he does what you say, those 2 inches that Canelo's giving up in reach are really going to cost him. But, Canelo has a way of moving in on people, man. That's the thing. He has a way of just breaking through.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Canelo has, I don't think he's getting enough credit for it, is he's really cutting off the ring well. Callum Smith couldn't get away from him. Billy, and I always said this, if you look at the Saunders fight, Saunders got good fucking feet because Canelo was trying to get him on the ropes and Billy would turn and keep it in the center of the ring for at least a little while. Like, nah, you're not just going to guide me around here. Billy was all right. It's just he got hit in the eye and he didn't like that shit.
Also, the problem, it's not really a problem. It's a habit from people that the way he protects his body. He protects his body by using his feet. Mostly.
He doesn't move. Yeah, he doesn't crouch. Or No.
And against Canelo, if you're used to block up, and also Bivol has the habit to parry and block the punches with his arms.
Man, you know what? Karma, let me say this. Karma need to join the shit because Karma be on Twitter all the time, seeing all the motherfucking madness. Click the motherfucking link, Karma.
Yeah, Karma, do it.
Hey, Karma, how you doing?
Real shit, yo. But yeah, you're right about that because he's very upright. His method is kind of like Vosdick, and I said this about Vosdick, that Vosdick doesn't come in with a wide stance and he doesn't fight at a slight crouch. His way of protecting his body is very, tuck in the elbows and move. But other than that, the body was there. For Bivol, it's kind of the same thing. And because Canelo's shorter, he's closer to his body to hit him with the body shots. So that's an interesting thing, Leo. Very interesting. Hey, somebody sing a song because everybody's mad quiet.
Hey, where did he go, man? He was just here. All of a sudden, he fell off.
He wanted to get out of that bet, bro. He talking that Bivol shit. I got Bivol. I got Bivol then.
Well, actually, I'll take Bivol too. I don't think he's going to win, but I mean, it's crazy betting against Canelo, but I'll take that.
You never know, you know what I mean? You never know.
You gotta live dangerously once in a while, right?
Yeah, man. If you're going to live dangerously, like this is the fight to live dangerously on. There's not a lot of them.
I told you, Bivol is not gonna win in the fly. It's not.
No, he's not.
Because Caleb Plant already tried that shit and it didn't work. If you gave ground to Canelo, Canelo's gonna corner you, and is gonna try to finish you off.
Yeah,
Uh,
he
It's
has
wild
even
that
he has to
even
fight like the bigger man, which is what Caleb did not do. Like Caleb was towering over the guy, bro. But Caleb doesn't have the power. He knew it that you don't have the power to hurt Canelo, even if you step into your shots and throw with bad intentions. The other thing, which Mark said, shout out to Mark by the way, he always pointed out Caleb don't have a good gas tank. So if you don't have a good gas tank when you moving away, how you gonna have a good gas tank when you coming forward and throwing punches and trying to mix it up? You not built for that. Bivol, I think he could do that, but I don't know if he's going to. Like fight like a light heavyweight, bro. You're the bigger guy. Impose your size. I don't know if he's gonna do that.
I just think it's wild that, dude. You want to go ahead? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, Edwin Castillo was saying that a former training partner of Canelo and Triple G said that Canelo hit a lot harder than Triple G when he was at 154. I don't know how.
Huh?
Hey, you know what I mean?
I don't know how true that is, but hey.
No,
I was just going to remark that I think it's wild that like 5 years down the road, Triple G's like only like not the best blueprint we have for Canelo is Triple G.
Hey, Mark's in the comments, man. Let him on.
Yeah, but the pressure. See, you're right. Like I agree with you, but the pressure that Triple G put on was nuanced. It was all based off the jab, and everybody don't have a jab. Like if you go back watch the first fight, everything was off the jab. Everything was off the jab, and everybody don't throw it that much and the same way as Golovkin throws it. So
I remember at the time, man, all the memes and jokes were like, what, they not judging, like they're not counting jabs now. That was the,
You know what I mean? He outlanded him by a wide margin in jabs.
It was a ridiculous margin.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like unless you can throw that jab as consistently as he threw it, the way that he threw it, because he didn't always throw it the same way. It wasn't always just Sometimes he'll pity pat him with it, like, oh, I'm gonna just touch you with this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had levels to that jab.
Yeah.
Bro, who faces that's Vince McMahon.
What's up, Mark?
That's me, Austin. That's me.
It's perfect. I love it.
The big Irishman.
Real shit, yo. But I mean,
What
look,
up, Unravel?
it's a great fight, but it's just because of the durability. That's what makes it interesting to me. That this guy's not just gonna fall apart because Canelo lands a couple of hooks. Mark, how do you see that fight? Just the aesthetic, not the prediction, but the aesthetic.
Which fight? Canelo
and Bivol.
The aesthetic. I don't know actually. The aesthetic is kind of intriguing. I want to see how the aesthetic plays out because it could go a couple of ways. Like Bivol could just end up getting backed up and could get dissected to the body, and he could be brought down in straight lines. Or it could look more. It's never going to look like Golovkin versus Canelo.
Never.
It's not because Bivol's. If anything, it could go kind of like Trout versus Canelo, but a bigger, stronger version of Trout.
Ooh.
Trout didn't look half bad in that fight.
No, just a bigger, stronger version. It's also a bigger, stronger version of Canelo. And from an orthodox point of view, I don't know. I'm kind of like in two minds. I don't know where it's going to be, but I think it's a good fight. That's why.
Yeah, no, and that's always the characteristic of a good fight. There's things you don't know. Whereas with Benavidez, bro, I know what's gonna happen, bro. This dude come up like this, his whole midsection is exposed, bro.
That's the excess skin hanging down from his belly button.
With all the belly, yeah, like. I'm like,
oh man, he went there.
The status quo for what makes a boogeyman in boxing today is, as long as motherfuckers ignore you, like, bro, you know why they're ignoring you? Because you don't matter, not because you're scary. And shout out, I'm gonna say this: Samson Lukowicz recently spoke to Barbershop Conversations, and he said it himself. Canelo is not scared of none of these guys, bro. So kill that. He's not scared. Like, what the fuck? Look at and Beats said it. Shout out to Beats. Look at his resume, bro, and look at theirs. Why the fuck would Canelo be scared of them?
Hey, do you think that Canelo's going to end up fighting Better Beef at some point?
No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know why. I just don't see it, but I don't see it. That's how I feel.
Bob Arum even does one. He wants that fight, Bob Arum.
No, Bob.
It's a dark horse, man.
No,
I
no,
don't
it's
think it's
not.
gonna happen.
Listen, Bob is not a beggar. He's not gonna. You don't see him all well, we got to get Canelo on ESPN. We got to get. No, I'm not. You could go to the zone. Go. They got a lot of money over there, bro. Go over there. Bob is happy doing the business that he's doing. If we try to get Canelo, this shit is gonna get very expensive for me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure the way he sees it is, they're spending all that money on Canelo. That's money that they should be spending on other boxers. And if, ESPN has more money to spend on other boxers, that's great.
And it's the gamble. It's the gamble that, okay, well, we got to come up with at least 40 to 50 M's just to get him over here. And we gambling that he could get us the M's back. Even if he good for it, Bob is old. He doesn't want to gamble. Like, bro, my money is good. My paper is long. I don't need to gamble. Y'all need to gamble because you have to justify to your network affiliates why they should keep giving you a budget. We cool with ESPN. Y'all not cool with Fox no more. And now you hoping that Showtime will keep hope alive. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, and at least Canelo's a surefire bet. You're going to make some money on him either way.
Yeah. But if it's for Bob, Bob been in the game a long time. Like he's seen huge names. You know what I mean? It's one of those things to where I could do it, but I don't have to. I don't need Canelo. My business is cool. I don't need Canelo. I don't need to gamble 40, 50 million of my dollars to bring Canelo to ESPN. I could, but I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that.
Shane, he keeps that energy for women's boxing, man.
But the other question is, Better Beef has a network contract?
Better Beef is a top-ranked fighter, so by that respect, he's exclusive to ESPN because Top Rank it's not a kerfuddle the way it is with the PBC. If you're a top-ranked fighter, you fight on ESPN. You have that obligation. It's an exclusive deal. Whereas with PBC, you see guys float from Fox to Showtime, back to Fox. All right, you don't have an exclusivity deal, bro. Because if you
it's where the money goes, Yeah.
Well, it's where the dates are, really. It's where the dates.
That too.
If Fox got dates, send them to Fox. But you see, look, Errol and Ugas ended up on Showtime. Why? Fox don't want to pay for that shit. Like, nah, man, fuck out of here, man. We put him on pay-per-view in 2020. He didn't sell nothing. So 225, 250, what was it? You're not spending money on that. We don't need that. You can send that to Showtime.
Yeah, I mean, I have to wonder what all these numbers from the past few cards have really been doing for Fox. Like, somebody over there has to be looking at this and being like, what? Account for it, man. Make it make sense.
They exercise the option. See, this is the difference. You'll notice that when they first entered into the Fox deal, Fox came out with a comprehensive schedule of fights over the course of, I'll say, 2 to 3 months. A comprehensive schedule of fights. It's dead for that. It's dead. They chose the 4-year option, but look, where's the fights? What are we talking about? Ruiz versus Areola? Is that one of them? That was.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean that was a fight. Yeah, I mean Barrios versus Thurman.
Yeah.
That was a Fox. But other than that, you don't see a comprehensive schedule of fights. Even with Showtime, you don't see a whole schedule. Remember when they announced, and it was a good schedule when they did.
Yeah, they surprise us. They surprise us every once in a while, right?
But not now. And we 3 months. We 3 months into 2022.
If Canelo makes it gets past both Bivol and Triple G, what the hell's next?
I feel like it's Andre.
You think that's the third fight, Andre?
I feel. You know why I feel like it could be. I feel like it could be Andre. It could be if he stays in the winners bracket.
Horrible fighter.
Yeah, if he stays in the winners bracket, if he becomes I could see that being the third fight because this whole thing about old Canelo scared up, bro. Are you fucking? See, this is what kills me.
Honestly, I don't hate it. I want to see that fight.
I'm not against none of the fights, but I'm like, yo, you didn't see Andre versus Cocaine. When the people that think Canelo got to be afraid of Andre, I don't think Andre's a bad fighter, by the way. But I'm saying
I don't either. No.
The people that you think Canelo's scared of a guy who had to go through the gears with Jack Cocaine?
I'm pretty sure Canelo's scared of nobody, man. He looks at everybody's like, square go.
Right.
He's that guy, man.
Hey, Jules, Edwin commented to you about about Canelo and Better Beef.
I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. I don't think it's gonna, and I don't know that Better Beef's. This is the other thing. Better Beef is cursed, bro. You guys don't look at his career. He's cursed. He has like a pox on him of inactivity. Remember, when Yvonne Michelle and Yvonne Michelle's fighters, Artur Better Beef was one of them, Adonis Stevenson was another. They jumped into bed with the PBC, and Artur didn't get to fight as much as he wanted to. He lost time trying to get away from them. Lots of inactivity. He gets away from them. He goes to Top Rank. He has the unification match with Vosdick. What happens after that? More inactivity. Pandemic hits, more inactivity. Broken rib, COVID, right? He comes back. He fought Adam Dionese.
Gets jacked up.
Right? Adam Dionese, then Marcus Brown. What happens now? Oh, Russians can't fight because the WBC and the IBF is not letting Russians fight. It's like it keep happening, and now he's what, 37?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Too much inactivity and too much bad circumstances. Yeah.
So why not? Oh, never mind.
I just remember that injury he got, and man, it looked nasty that last fight. He was bleeding real bad.
Yeah, that was bad, man.
I was just gonna say, like, that's already a wounded animal for Canelo.
Well,
yeah.
I don't see Canelo fighting him, but it's a dark horse for that last fight. I don't think it's happening.
I'm gonna say this: it's not because of the fight I don't see it happening. It's like not the fight, like that's kid stuff saying that because he hits hard, bro. Don't worry about that. The real problem in making the fight is Bob willing to put up the money, because if he's not, there's no fight, bro. There's no fight. There's no fight.
So it's a question coming up on the horizon, man.
Well, I mean, you got Andre if he could stay in the winners bracket. You have Makabubu. You got Makabubu. And the other thing is, it's like, okay, if Eddie, let's just do this. Let's say he beats Bivol, beats Golovkin. Eddie Hearn makes a bid for right. Let's say Eddie Hearn puts a bid in to bring Artur to the zone, then maybe. But come on, be like, look at how Bob is. Look at how the shit with Bob and Eddie is. They don't get along like that. So it's like, I'm like, I don't know if the third fight gonna be Makabu. It could be Andre.
Here's the thing about Bob, though. Here's the thing about Bob, man. Bob acts one way until he needs or he sees the value and the profit in it, and then when he does, he changes his stance on things. That's Bob. It could happen. We don't know. A year from now is a long time. If Bob's still around, even and I think he will. I hope so too. But if he is,
smoke all the weed, smoke it.
Who knows? They might see value in that fight down the road, and Canelo might see value in it because he needs to unify. He does. If Better Beef still has that belt.
Do you guys think he's going to go for undisputed at 175?
I mean,
dude, he's here to make history. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think it's reachable.
I mean, because just beyond Makabu, what the fuck else is he gonna do?
Well, he's gonna be here for like another 3-4 years. Yeah, he's gonna do it.
Yeah, like I could see.
He's got time, and he's got the skills. He can do it.
I mean, is that a record? To be a 2-time undisputed?
Oh yes, it's gonna be something.
No, it's not a record though, because Holyfield already did it. He was undisputed at cruiser and he was undisputed at heavy. So it's been done, but it'll be like in the 4-belt era. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be the first Mexican to do it.
But he is though.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be huge for them. Yeah,
and he is also a champion in 4 weight classes.
Oh yeah.
So
let me say this. Let me read this. Jessica Sala said, Jay, did you see Jose Sr. said on video? He spoke with Hearn. He said they don't need 7 M's for David versus Andre. Do you think they leave Samson? Can it happen?
I hope it happens, man.
Let me say
it
this.
should happen.
Should, yes.
But
Can
will
it?
I don't know.
This is what it weighs on, right? If Jermall Charlo still doesn't want to fight David upon moving up to 168, and David is over here fighting fucking David Lemieux, you have to jump ship, bro. They don't have nothing for you, bro. They don't have no fights for you, bro. Nothing. So it's on them. This is why I said what I said in the video that I just uploaded. That I'm like, look, Andy has fought once. Andy Ruiz. He's fought once in the last 2 years. And I'm like, bro, if you wanted to be fighting more, you would be. Because when Artur wanted to fight more, he did what he had to do to get away. When Jacobs wanted, y'all don't got shit for me. He did what he had to do to get away. So I'm like, Andy, you don't want to get away because look, you don't even have a fight date. You don't even have a fight date. Benavidez, you got to look at it as what the fuck do I get out of fighting Caleb now? He done got knocked out already. He don't got nothing for me. And Charlo, the only fight of any real value for him at this time is Charlo. But Charlo don't want to fucking fight me, bro. He don't want. So what I'm gonna do?
there is no money. Also, see if he can go, he can go to the zone. He can go to Matchroom and move up to light heavyweight because he is a light heavyweight
And
now.
we all know it, and we know it.
He has been missing weight for a while now, and he has fights in the zone in the light heavyweight division. He has some fights.
I mean, Zerto, Drew said it best. If you really want to get Canelo's attention and create a fight that he, even as a cash cow, cannot get away from, the only way you can do that is by taking the bull by the horns. You tell Eddie Hearn, get me the Zerto Ramirez fight, and I'll give you a super fight like you've never seen. All of Mexico, all of Mexico will descend from the clouds. All the old Mexican Salvador Sanchez is gonna come down from a cloud. Orale, he's gonna come down from the cloud. It's gonna be fucking beautiful, bro.
If he changes his mind, he can always blow his weight. I mean, it's a thing. It can happen. Have a few more tacos, right?
But that's really the only way that you could create, because what Golovkin did that most people don't remember is the demand for the Golovkin fight was hitting Canelo in the pocket. If you remember, right, the Cotto pay-per-view did reportedly 900,000. The Khan pay-per-view reportedly did 600,000. After that, the Liam Smith, as people became more enraged and emboldened that he wasn't fighting Golovkin, right? Fight after fight. As they became more enraged, the pay-per-views were going lower. The Liam Smith pay-per-view was just a little bit over 300,000. Now he fought Chavez.
Marination.
Exactly.
To think of it, like what the pay-per-view numbers is, that's like basically your approval ratings.
Exactly. It's
Oscar De La Hoya and Marination.
Now, what they did was they made the Chavez fight to galvanize the Mexican fans, which worked because that pay-per-view reportedly did 1 million. But by the time they made that fight, the Golovkin fight was already en route. So
dreadful fucking fight, by the way.
Terrible fight.
Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
Terrible fight. But you see what I'm getting at, that the demand for the Golovkin fight, it hit him in the pocket. These guys can't hit him in the pocket because don't nobody give a fuck about them. So how do you hit Canelo in the pocket in 2022? Take on Zerto and
fight each other.
Up. Take on Zerto and wake Mexico up like I am the king of Mexico. Just do it. Yeah. It'll work. It'll work.
I really wish the third Golovkin fight would have happened a long time ago, but it didn't.
Yeah, look, I'm at a point where if you told me, yo, Golovkin about to get knocked out, I gotta see it, bro. I gotta see it.
I don't know about that, man. He has a granite chin. I've never seen that guy really hurt.
Old. I've seen him hurt to the body, but not to the face. I've seen him hurt to the body though. Sergey hurt him to the body. and
He looked bothered. I don't know about hurt, but bothered. Yeah,
bro,
I get
he
that. Yeah.
retreated, bro. When have you ever seen Golovkin retreat? He retreated.
Yeah, he stepped. You know what? You're right. He did step back. I remember that now, and I clocked it in my brain. I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, that's not right. That's not normal."
It
Yeah.
don't happen.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you know,
My
today's
theory is
Golovkin.
that he doesn't like getting hit to the body.
I'm just saying that today's Golovkin and today's Canelo are just in very different places. So
That you know, that's true, and it's age. You know, age happens. So,
yeah, like they're in different places. So at 168, if the right body shot gets through, maybe he folds him up, and maybe he doesn't. Maybe that'll be the legend of Golovkin, that he was never stopped. He was beat, but he was never stopped, and he was only ever really beat by one guy. Maybe that'll be his legacy. You know.
And
Golovkin
even
was
then,
saying-
people will say it was debatable. So yeah.
Golovkin was saying he knew how to beat Canelo, so that's what kind of makes it a little intriguing, even though he's probably gonna,
Yeah. Of course he would say that though. He's got to promote the fight.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Of course he goes. He said. I remember the quote. He said that he knows the secret. Obviously, he's not going to tell everybody the secret. I'm like, bro, if you knew a secret, you should have used it in the second fight.
You know, I'm thinking he thought he was using it, but just Canelo was doing different shit, and he's like, "Oh, you know, I don't know, man. You know, he looked a little shell shocked in that second fight. Like, oh, I don't know what's going on here."
Well, the main thing is that the aesthetic of the fight was different. You wanted him to come forward. You did want him to come forward, and he did that. And when he puts you on the back foot, given the volume of punches coming from both of them, I remember there were a lot of close rounds in that fight. And I'm like, look, man, he's putting Golovkin on the back foot, and that's the thing. All right.
Well, go back and rewatch that, man. Golovkin was moving around him a lot. That's what I saw. Golovkin started moving horizontally. It's like he doesn't normally do that. He had to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Canelo forced him to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's usually a front foot heavy fighter.
Exactly, that steps into his jab. So the fact that he's got you moving around, you know,
I was arguing if that might have been a detriment, that it would appear so to the judges that maybe he's losing rounds by like quote unquote retreating, but no, he was trying to box circles around him, and I think that you know that was a drawback to them.
Hold on, I gotta dispel this shit. People keep talking about Danny hurting Triple G to the body. Okay, I remember him uppercutting him, and he lifted off the ground a little, but he didn't stop moving forward. He kept going. You notice that?
Like that.
Like I don't think he got hurt. He does like 500 sit-ups a day, man.
I didn't see Daniel Jacobs hurt Golovkin, bro. Like, that's a fucking myth, bro. That's a fucking myth.
Yeah, and the whole he lost that fight. I don't know. It was close. I don't think he lost it.
Look, I had it 8-4, bro. I had it 7-5 to 8-4. And remember, Danny got knocked down in the fight, bro.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He got knocked down in that fight. So I'm like, all of that shit is the same polarizing bullshit from always. Like, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Like he did well, he just didn't do enough at all. You know,
But he did, exactly. He did well. Yeah. And I'm not gonna take that. He did well, but he didn't win the fight. Come on now.
Hey, did you hear that promo the other day? They were talking about how Murata's the Japanese Golovkin, and I think he's more like the Japanese Jacobs. I see him like on that same skill level, and I think he'll challenge Golovkin in that way.
I think in terms of marquee value, because he's huge over there, bro.
For sure, in marquee value, yeah, he's huge. Yeah,
that's huge over there, bro. He's like Julio Iglesias or something.
If you're talking Japan, he's on the level of Canelo inside the borders of Japan. You know,
he's like Samurai Canelo, bro.
Yeah.
For me,
in terms of popularity, yeah, I get that. Style-wise, though.
Hey, did you guys hear AJ was talking about taking a side fight, and he mentioned Joyce?
It won't be Joyce, bro. It won't be Joyce. Joyce will probably end up fighting, and he'll probably end up fighting Parker. And maybe Anthony Joshua fights Otto Valine or somebody, just somebody to make Fury look bad. Like maybe I don't know if it would be Valine because they're sparring partners or they were sparring partners, so I don't know. But just something like that, But it won't be Joyce, though. It won't be Joyce. Joyce is under contract with Frank. Come on.
Yeah, but I was going to say...
Somebody seriously asking who Julio Iglesias is in the chat?
Bro, I'm old, bro. I don't expect...
I saw that. That's funny.
I don't expect them to know who Julio Iglesias is. I just like to throw that out there to show my age, to see who going to know. I'm old
we ancient. That's,
If I say David Hasselhoff, they probably don't know who that is either.
The Hoff.
The Hoff, bro. Bro, he's a fucking legend, bro. From Michael Knight to Mitch on Baywatch. All them titties on that beach. So many titties on that beach. Real shit.
How did he ever survive?
I always thought that Paige Van Zandt looks a lot like Summer Lynn from Baywatch. Remember Baywatch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's fucking
Julius, so you didn't like the performance from Ramirez against Pedraza?
I expected more. I did. I expected more.
Yeah,
I did. I
I
expected
think
more.
he did well.
No, he did. No, listen. I had the fight 8-4, so it's not like he looked like shit. But I honestly thought that the pressure would be more consistent to get the stoppage. The pressure was not consistent because Pedraza has great feet and he would angle off and spin off the ropes. He wasn't there for a lot of big punches. But you know, for what it's worth, I still had it 8-4. Like, yeah, Jose's winning this fight. He is winning this fight.
Pedraza's not built for that weight, man. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he's not.
Ramirez could have done more. He could have. So yeah.
I felt like if he would have hit the gas just a little more, he could have stopped him.
Yeah, but Pedraza was countering him hard.
Yeah, but when you talking about a 140-pound fighter, right? 5'11", fully
Yeah, you got the
hydrated.
size, man. Like
The guy's huge for that weight, bro. And Pedraza used to fight at 130, bro.
Yeah, he should have just taken the shots and gone in there. He would have probably taken him out.
Yeah. On that note, gentlemen, I'm gonna fucking go to sleep because I'm old and I'm sleepy.
Okay.
Good night, gentlemen.
Okay,
See
all
ya.
right. Have a good night, fellas. Jules, thanks for having us on.
Country.
Thank you, Jules.